So this is the last turning point, the stag do. I didn't want to go to this stag do. There's a lot of, all these are the lads that I was with, all from my area, all different groups of boys as well. I didn't want to go. I woke up, so this was my last photo of it. This was the stag in his wig. Just horrible, tacky stag. I ended up in a prison cell for 40 hours. Don't remember how I got in there. And I remember looking at the sun after. My mate waited for me, everyone else flew home. And I remember seeing this little darkness underneath the sun. And it was from that moment I stopped drinking. So when someone asked about a drink, it was March the 5th, 2018. The beer that was bought for me, and I just looked at it and didn't have any more. I come back and the lady, one of my clients said, I think you should stop drinking. It always gets you in trouble. So I stopped. So I showed that, look, that was depressed Harry. I was down, really down. Then I got really ill after this as well. So the cell was horrible that I was in, but I was sweating all the time, went hospital, I was on a drip. Yeah, it wasn't a good point. But again, I wasn't looking after myself at all. Then again, back to, so you can imagine like the life, people do this in the city all the time. But there's one part of me at least, there's many more, but one part at least, if you're living all these different lives, is you're not being yourself for one part of you. So how many different roles are you playing where you're not being yourself? You're changing for someone else. You're changing to impress. You're saying things because you want them to hear it or you think that's what they're like. Did it all the time. So that was the Chelsea deal that just caved in at the end. I don't know how. Remember that was the second book that I read. So I'm now taking screenshots of my books, but look, I'm getting even better shape, like ridiculous shape. I was looking at the photos today, I'm like, flipping hell. I didn't realise all this, could say even too much there. But it was almost like everything I did, it just become even more natural in the end. And this is by the time that I think I did one last ever photo shoot after that. I didn't need to anymore. It's almost like I've done that, I know how to do it, and I've got the photos for it now. I remember this was the wedding from that stag, and I felt terrible. And I remember I was getting a lecture. You're what did you say? You need to stop letting your mum down. You need to do this, like from people completely drunk. And I remember watching like everything unfold, and I remember looking, going, "Wow, how drunk is he?" And then the next bit in my head, my ego goes, or my soul, whatever, that was the truth. That's how bad you were, but worse. Then get really more into the education. I'm just going to fly through the photos today, people, because I'll quite often we'll do a part 2 because I've just seen the time of it as well. It's just, yeah, again, there's a lot. This is all in the space of a few years, but there's a lot. But you can see how my mind works and when I'm looking at truth and trying to research and stuff, because I've got many different viewpoints. Go to Coachella, I was completely sober, which was amazing because I got to remember everything. See Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre. Then at the same time, and this is where I feel like, yeah, I'm going to save it from here because I feel at this point here, we were asked to move or pay ridiculous rent on our first gym. And I was looking at the dates now and I was looking back at I think it was all done deliberately. They know what was coming.